May I now introduce to this red chairs, Germaine, Acogny. Malou, Eroda. Thanks. If you will go. And Shelly Ohini Nyako. So, thanks all three women. The day before International Women's Day. So, Shelly. May I start with you? Because you just danced this wonderful performance. I always was curious, how is it? What do you feel when you get that red dress? You give it away? You get it, you give it away? What is going through your body, through your soul, when you're dancing that?
A lot of emotions. I would try. It's every time different, and it depends when. For example, at the beginning, I get the dress, where it's like we have the dress and we give it to each other. It's very urgent and it's like a hot potato, and you don't want to have it, so you do quick and you give it back. And then I think when you go with the big man, it's something more personal, and this changes every day also how you feel, how the dress is given to you. Then you take the energy of the person that gives it to you, and then this translates to what you're going to do. But to put words is so difficult.
So every evening, the man who is giving you the red dress can do it with a different energy.
It's not the man that gives the red dress, is inside the
inside the circle with the women.
With the women.
And that can change every evening a little.
Yes, because there is a trick that I can't say. And this trick, it depends how it goes on. So sometimes it's very smooth, sometimes it's very chaotic, sometimes it's chaotic, but then we can still catch it. So it depends. But I think for me, when I give it to the big man, I always try to really be real with how I feel. And at this moment, I'm scared, or I want to go, but then I know I can't go, so I release.
Because you will pay a high price for if you go.
Yes.
And then another question, because this evening was with live music. We saw it in Paris. That was not with live music. What is for you the difference to dance this performance with live music now from Viel Zuid?
We have more live because we don't know how the orchestra is going to do maybe like a flute or a violin. So you are more surprised. You are living more in the moment. As in when we have the registration, we know the music. So there is a bit more comfort on how we can play.
More comfort
with the registration, and with them it's a bit like you have to listen. At the same time, you have to be concentrated on the movement, on the emotions. So it's a lot of information. But when we did it last year in Wuppertal, the more and more we did it, the more we got to like also play with it and enjoy it. So it's a bit more tricky, but with time it gets better.
And you had a feeling that you could play this evening with the music?
No, I think this evening it was still very new, and it just happened. So I don't have a perspective now.
Of
on
course,
what happened.
Yes. So, Germaine and Malou, you were on stage this evening. How was it for you to be on stage again? Now you're, I may say, how old you are? 79, 76? Yeah. Germaine, how was it for you to be on stage this evening?
Pour moi, c'est toujours une émotion quand je dois danser devant un public. J'ai toujours le trac. Mais quand j'arrive et que je tiens le bâton avec Malou, je me dis, bon, il faut y aller. Le soleil se lève. Oui. je pense toujours au soleil qui se lève, à Toubab Jalao, le jour qui se lève. Ça va être une journée et je vais vivre une journée.
And then you start the journey together. Malou, how was the journey this evening for you?
It's always different, but I always think about what I'm living with this woman. She's African, a beautiful woman, and what she lives in her life, what I live as a child, as a mother, as a grandmother, and to still be on stage and to share this so much sharing about human being. And I can cry again, because it's so, when this world is so difficult to see the world how it's going. And when I am with Germaine, we like to say something in the world and to say, look, we can love each other and we can touch each other, we can laugh together, and we can say something to you. And for me, it's very important, because otherwise I will not have the sense to be on stage if I cannot say this. Yeah. So this may.
And Malou, for both of you, it looks like that if your body remembers the movements from that you self-danced The Chosen One. You danced for 14 years, The Chosen One?
I was 30 years old.
Yeah, you were 30 years old. But it looks
Not
now...
my child, yes.
Yeah, but when you're now on stage, is it that your body remembers that movement?
Completely, I could do tomorrow.
Yes? And is it that I see some movements in this duet, Common Ground, some small...
No.
No.
But of course, I mean, I will say again Pina, because Pina is such a big part of my life. Of course, I'm so much with Pina. And so all my influence, my love of dance, or my love of being with people and share with people is there. So, but the movement, we try with Germaine, we try to be ourselves. So, and we share together. I mean, she gave me a movement, and then I gave her my movement. It was like this beauty exchange together, and I think this is, every time I do the duo, I really see, my God, it's nice. It's nice to do. And also to remember when I was in the L'École des Sables, every day to look at the studio and to see the baobab and the bird and this incredible, beautiful atmosphere, and you stay there and you look.
So that are the birds that we hear in the music?
Maybe that was the interpretation of the compositor. This is another thing. But with us, it was really like what we share at that moment, because we really felt on the floor,
In Senegal.
And she really said to me, Malou, don't worry, is the bird black and white, black and red and black? Yeah, I forgot. And he protects us. And it's true, because we did not really hurt ourselves.
You really fell where you...
We did, together. We went to the house and we fall. We really like... So the story is on stage, yes.
The story is on stage. And that story, it starts with the saxophone, the Frühlingsop voor de saxophone Bina Bausch. What does this piece, this mean for you, Germaine?
Alors, d'abord, moi, quand j'étais directrice de Moudra Afrique, Maurice Béjart, c'est mon père spirituel. Je suis la fille noire de Maurice Béjart. Il voulait déjà qu'à Moudra, les danseurs dansent son sacre. Ça n'a jamais eu lieu, parce que, l'école a fermé et il n'y avait plus les moyens de continuer. Et il voulait que je sois l'élu. Et ça n'a pas eu lieu. Et quand j'ai eu 70 ans, Olivier Dubois m'a demandé d'être son élu. Donc j'ai dansé sur cette musique extraordinaire en solo. Et j'ai vu le sac de Pina Bausch.
And when did you saw the saxophone Pina?
Quand j'ai vu le sac de Pina par l'Opéra de Paris, j'ai dit, waouh, mais c'est une musique, c'est africain, avec les trémulations et les bus, les contractions et tout. Et j'étais vraiment... Et quand Salomon Bausch est venu nous proposer de faire le sacre, mais j'ai dit c'est tout à fait normal. Il avait l'idée de faire avec les danseurs de l'école des sables parce qu'il les trouvait extraordinaires. Donc, ils sont venus au Sénégal avec John, enfin, les transmetteurs, et ça a commencé. Ils ont travaillé pendant 5 semaines. J'étais en tournée. Et quand je suis revenue et que j'ai vu ces jeunes à l'école des sables danser le sacre, eh bien, j'ai pleuré. J'ai pleuré de bonheur et vraiment, j'étais émue. Et je disais, ben voilà, ben, l'Afrique est au rendez-vous.
So maybe on this special evening, he's also here, the son of Pina Bausch, Salomon Bausch. Thanks for the ID. And may I also have an applause for Jorge Puerta? Come and join us. So you are restager. You restage the Sacre from Pina Bausch with all these dancers from 14 different African dances. You was a former dance theater Wuppertal dancer. How was it for you to work with this complete different ensemble of dancers?
Very nice. Very nice. A huge adventure from the beginning until now. We have been, I think, like climbing. So at the beginning was kind of an encounter of 2 different worlds, 2 different languages. And now we kind of in this piece, we invented a language together.
You invented the language together?
Inside of the Pina Bausch work, I think we are talking now a language together.
Shelley, you experienced that? You invented the language together?
Dance way, movement way.
Is it very difficult for you to dance the movement, the intentions of Pina?
At the beginning, I think the movements of Pina, it's not just movements. And this is the difficult thing. You can do the movements and it would look like, but it's deeper and is farther than movements. And it's not about showing I can do movement. It's about living. And this is something we don't learn. I didn't learn how to live a movement. It's something that comes from inside. So this is difficult.
So you from Ghana, half Ghanese, half Switzerland. Mm-hmm. And where did you had your education?
I did my education partly in Switzerland, then England, and then I moved to Ghana and I learned traditional dance from Ghana. It was my own will.
So traditional dance, what is traditional dance for you?
Every African country has traditional dance, and some of them look like each other. So in West Africa, we have similar African dance. The ones I learned was with the National Theatre of Accra in Ghana. I went when I was in university. I went there to do research, and they were like, "We are not going to give you research. You have to do. This is how you are going to know what it is." And I was very pleased because it was the first time I could do something where I wasn't thinking about the form of my body. My body was accepted. I felt very accepted as a person. So it was very healing for me as a dancer. And then after, there is traditional dance and there is urban Afro dance. So it was very interesting in that period to go to Ghana because it was switching to Afro beats, which is urban Afro dance. And you can see the traditional dances being transformed by generation to generation. And this was very powerful too, to see the transition. And I think if I would have done the audition before living in Ghana and learning traditional dance, if I would have done sacre before, I wouldn't have felt the same way also in the group.
Germaine,
and-
you agree? You agree?
Je pense que nos danses traditionnelles, c'est vraiment une bonne formation. Parce que, bon, la terre, l'énergie du sol, la musique, vraiment, ils sont en contact avec la musique. Ils ne dansent pas la musique, ils sont la musique. Donc, je pense que nos danses traditionnelles, c'est vraiment... Et là, je suis très fière parce que nos danses traditionnelles, c'est une formation. Ces gens n'ont jamais fait de classique ou de quoi, mais ils dansent à la perfection. Pina. Et c'est extraordinaire. Et ça me fait du bien. Et ça fait du bien à l'Afrique.
You said in the documentary about dancing Pina, you mentioned that the men of the group are really good in falling down. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know if you can see it when you see the performance. With Pina's work, we are giving ourselves to synergies. So we are moving by falling at the same time. I'm not controlling everything. I'm just pulling something, let my weight go there, and controlling on the way and moving on the way. That's what I'm talking about falling. I'm not talking about falling, no? So, yeah, I don't know. I can show you something. For example, if I do this is a falling for me. This is controlling. You see? I'm controlling it. No? And what we need is really like, yes, something like this. So this, they do very good.
Yeah, we saw it.
What I mean with that, sorry, is like they are very good throwing themselves in the unknown. And control is something that they know.
And that's necessary for this
Yes.
piece. Yes, that is really
Yes.
nice. Yeah, shall we recognize? Yeah. Are the dancers afraid to dance the
Yes.
chosen one?
Yes.
Yes.
It's each time, you know, it depends who. Tonight it was Annick. Annick, when she does the opfa, I mean, now with time is better, but she doesn't talk the whole day. She's like in her world. She needs alone time. She needs like, you know, it's a mental. You see them going through something mentally, because they're very afraid. It's difficult, and all the eyes on you, and it's emotionally, you know, you really die, like they really die. Something dies every night. And it starts already, I mean, in the Frauenteil, the part of the woman. You know, we are in this little circle and we give the Opfer all the strength. You don't see it, but we touch her. Everybody tries and give her a bit of our energy because it's the last time we see her and that we can do something for her. Other that we see her, after is when she's doing, we can't run to her and hug her, you know, we can only be there present. So yes, they are very scared. And
yes, for example, tonight you saw one girl. We have more girls doing this place, and what they don't do, they feeling holidays. But they are playing the performance, but they don't have to do that role. So they feel like, okay, today is easy. No?
So Annick,
But I can say something because I lived this for many years. So for me, I lived this completely different.
yeah?
Completely.
How?
Because when I did, I felt so alone. Trotzdem was so many people around me, but when they chose me, I felt, now I'm going to die. And I did not care about everything was going on there.
So it feels
And
very,
for me,
very
that
lonely.
was really, really very deep in this feeling.
And
But
yesterday,
I understand what is because I also dance sacre without doing the opera. So I was outside. I did so many parts. So I did a lot of parts for sacre. And of course, I got a different feeling, like maybe what she said too, because you have this feeling too, you don't want to be the one, but maybe you want to help her or you want to be there for her. But as a Hopfer, I felt completely different. I was really alone, and my life was finished. And it was really like, wow.
And yesterday, with the rehearsal, there were a group of students from middle-age school, and they were really very curious if that last part with the naked breast, if that is choreographed or not.
Well, can I say, because I live in the beginning? Okay, Marlies Alt, she did the first Opfer. Very beautiful. She was very small, and she was very small. And she's not Laurette, but she's
In
she's
1975.
Marlies. And it's happened in the rehearsal, the dress broke. That's it. It's the story. And Pina keep the story. That's all. It's happened like this. And that's why it keep the story, keep on like this. That's it. It's not saying sexual or erotic, it just happened. It's this woman going to die, and the dress broke, and that's it. And this is the story.
I saw it was also a vruchtbaarheid. What is
No,
like a breast? No, it's
Nein,
just
nein.
what a nice story. Please keep it secret here, because don't tell it to the audience from tomorrow. Of course, it is. So, are there more questions?
But it's choreographed then.
Huh?
The answer is choreographed.
Yeah,
Yes.
that I know.
Because it's a choice.
But that it's a nice
It's a
story. That
choice.
happens in the rehearsal. That is broken. Now it's
That's it.
iconic end also. The duet and the sacre. If it's always performed together, because you said it sticks together. It needs each other.
Today we are not sure 100%, but we have in front of us maybe 10, 20 times more. We don't know exactly now. Yes, the ideal is we will keep it together.
But we are old, no?
Maybe we go a little bit to the last question. Will it be performed in Africa?
Oh, that will be beautiful.
So I can answer this. When we start the project, the first idea was to have the first premiere really in Dakar. But because we get caught by the pandemic, we couldn't play it. So since then, has been almost impossible to put all this together again. But we are still dreaming that we were going to make it.
Please, dream on, and Shelley, we will see you there. I guess it will be in Africa, I hope. Inshallah. Thank you very much. Marlou, Gorg, Shelley, and Germaine. Thank you for coming. See you next time.